likes up, get them 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 likes up, get them, yeah, get them likes up, 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 up.
What's up, y'all? It's Carly Chiffon here, and this is another episode of Spinnin Da Block. I'm here with my two co-hosts,
Derek Demure.
Can you hear us, DJ?
It's your boy,
Design.
DJ Designs.
There you go. Okay, and so
I'm sorry. Forgot to spill again. Say so wrapped up in it. We don't make the headlines.
Hey, we just bait the headlines and get them to you straight.
Okay, and this episode is brought to you by Hughes BOA and D's Totally Tees. Let's jump right in and start with Tyre Nichols. The murder trial has finally come to an end. Sadly, it was a not guilty verdict. Well, I mean, sad for some people, but it's been a while for this been going on. Like since 2023 is, I think, when this incident happened. If you don't remember, Tyre Nichols was driving a car and basically got pulled over to police for like a regular traffic stop. And after that, he was beat to death by, I believe it was like 5 police officers or so. It was a lot of them. And what made this case like so crazy was that police officers that beat him to death were also Black police officers. So it was just kind of like a black on black crime, for lack of better terms. But we have a clip of this, so let's jump into the clip real quick.
This was the 9th day of the state murder trial against 3 of the former officers. The jury found all 3 not guilty on all 7 counts.
There was a motion filed defense to change venue, and there was a study done of the amount of publicity in the various large cities in Tennessee, and it was found that Chattanooga had the lowest amount of pretrial publicity with regard to this case. And so that's why it was chosen.
Hamilton County, with a population of around 380,000, is 76% white and 20% black, a lot different from Memphis. While we're not sure about the demographics of the full jury pool that was called for the Tyre Nichols case, the final 12 jurors that decided it were all white.
Yeah, so with this case, there's a lot to unpack here. But you know what's interesting is that regardless, like how they just try to do this like white on black, I mean like white thing, like the jury was white. It's like, what does it matter in this case? It's like the officers were Black and also the person that passed away was also Black. So in this case, I feel like trying to say, oh, white jury, I don't really know if that's relevant here.
I think it's relevant because Chattanooga, 70% white, which means they back the blue. And I get what you're saying about, them being Black officers.
Mhm.
But at the same time, they're looking at it like, okay, a Black man running from the police. I don't think it made a difference if the officers were Black or white because those are conservative Republicans.
Okay. I can see that.
DJ?
Yeah, this case is just very unfortunate, but it just shows that certain things that law enforcement do to get on code, and this running away that they say what they say is unacceptable or it's unlawful to run away so you can shoot people, kill people, and stomp them. I just feel like it's just you looking clearly at it on tape. It's murder, but why do they get away with it? Because they all on code, and that's just how they treat people that they deem not even worthy, in my opinion.
Yeah. But it's interesting. I'm surprised you said that though, because your president, Trump, who you love to support sometimes. That man, he's trying to make it where like police officers can get away with stuff like this all the time with no problem. Not even having to go to court at this point. They just get away with whatever they do. So I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, Trump trying to give him
I feel
qualified
like,
immunity.
Qualified immunity, like, let's be real. They already have qualified immunity. So Trump is just putting it on paper. These cops get away with anything and everything already. Like this Tyre Nichols case. It's on video. We got tens of angles of it. And still, they walk away scot free. I mean, they got to go to this federal trial, but for the murder, it looks like they walk away scot free. So it's like they already have immunity. So what? I don't know. Trump is making it a thing, but it's already a thing. If you ask me.
I can see that. Okay. What do you
Okay,
think, Amir?
man, I got so many problems with this verdict. It makes my blood boil. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. I mean, all white jury,
Mm-hmm.
not a black or brown person in the box. You can't tell me that there wasn't a black or brown person that was suited to be on this jury. And
Mm-hmm.
I get it. The defense team basically filtered them out because black and brown people probably you know, saw the video of this happening, and then you had those white folks who said, "Well, no, I didn't see it. I wasn't privy to that information."
Mm-hmm.
So they ended up with 12 white jurors.
Yeah.
How can you look at this video and not say, "What if that was my child?"
Mm-hmm.
Forget color. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing a man getting beaten to death. How can you not think, if you have children, what if that was my child?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care if he ran from the police or not. He didn't deserve that.
Yeah.
Then the judge gave them the okay to move the trial to Tennessee, which is 70% white and 20% black. Like I said, definitely full of conservatives. But why? You have a jury of his peers right there in Memphis who knows what goes on with the police force there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it was a strategic move by the defense, and I don't know if the prosecution just argued vigorously on that point to not have it move, but and the judge being a black man, he should wanted that to stay in Memphis. So I don't get it. This injustice just reminds me that black people are still looked at as second class citizens.
Mm-hmm.
Lastly, I just want to break down each of these counts, man, because each of these officers had what 7 counts against them, and let's just go down the list: second degree murder, aggravated assault, 2 counts of aggravated kidnapping, 2 counts of official misconduct, and official oppression. So, say you didn't feel like they dealt the death blows, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't convict them of second degree murder, and you don't convict them of aggravated kidnapping because they didn't take him anywhere. They still should have been convicted on aggravated assault. That was a given because we all saw the video. We all saw him being assaulted. I
Yeah.
don't know what fucking video they was watching, but it wasn't the same one that I saw. Official misconduct and official oppression are evidence, so I don't get it. Well, I do get it, but yeah, y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, definitely. I definitely get
My
what you're
thing,
saying
my
about that.
thing is,
Go ahead.
my thing is, how can you be deliberately, knowingly covering something up, but not held accountable for that and in the trial? Like they deliberately covered up evidence. You know that they did this because they felt like they were guilty, but you don't see them as guilty for the crime. It doesn't make sense. So you're going to go get them on tampering with evidence, but not with what the evidence, like what the real substance was.
Mhm.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah, no, it is crazy. But I mean, like, Demir is making a really good point about like having that jury all white and back in the blue because at the end of the day, like I was kind of looking at it more so from the perspective of like, okay, like if it's all white people, there still is black people against black people. But I guess even if you still gotta choose which one you're going with. So I don't know. It's just sad. I remember like when I watched that video like in 2023, the thing that stood out to me was more so like after the fact, them standing around mocking him afterwards. You know what I mean? Like y'all talking about it as if this wasn't a man that y'all just like he didn't die
Yeah,
right away. He died a couple days later, but regardless, like
yeah.
I don't know, like how could you do that to another black man? That was just my thing. How could
Exactly.
you do that? I just didn't
And
understand.
they were talking about it because they was trying to get their stories together, really. So they was
Mhm.
talking it out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So that's
yeah.
exactly what they was gonna
Wow.
say when they got to the station.
Hmm. And then when stuff like this happens and they get acquitted, it's just like they're gonna go out there, get on another police force, and then do the stuff again. That's usually what happens. So it's like
Oh
it's
man.
repeated offenses, and that's what's sad about it for real.
Yeah, but they did get a little
Facts.
federal time though. I mean, it's not a significant amount of time, but
Hmm.
we did get a win in the federal case. Although, I just man listening because I did watch not a lot of the trial, but I did see like day 3, day 4, day 5, some of it, and they just played the videos over and over and over, and I'm thinking this is a done deal. How can the jury not come back
I
with a
felt
guilty?
the same.
Man. Well, Tyree's mom has something to say about it as well. She released a statement after the verdict. We have a video of that to play really quickly.
Let me get to that just a
What we heard is not something that we wanted to hear. But was I shocked or surprised? No, I wasn't. Those defense attorneys were allowed to go in front of the judge and basically tell the judge that even though this happened in Shelby County, that the people of Shelby County was not smart enough to look at the evidence and make an impartial decision. Those jurors decided not to look at the evidence, but only to look at the fact that my son was a black man running from the police. My son's fate lied in those juries, and they failed my son.
That's right.
They failed my son. One thing I can say, I don't wish this pain on nobody. No one, not even my worst enemy. But karma,
Come on, girl.
we all know that word karma, right? Karma is coming. Because what they did yesterday was not a good thing.
Yeah, they say karma coming for him for real. Y'all see what the city put up?
Karma gonna spin the block. That's one thing.
What they put up? Yeah, what the city put up?
Oh, a lot of people in the city put up wanted posters. They said wanted, dead or unalive, and they put the cops' names, and most of the information on it. People ain't playing. They posted that on light poles, posted that around trees. People ain't playing, man.
But see, I hate that too because these are more black men that was like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is like it's our community at the end of the day. Like I don't want to see none of this happening. Like it's just the whole situation is just terrible.
I mean that's true, but these are black men that did that to a black man.
Yeah.
Black man, you know what I'm saying? So they didn't have any love for that brother.
You right. Yeah, they didn't value their community at the end of the day.
They didn't think they were seeing black. They were seeing blue. Blue is a real thing. They got them boys tied up thinking they one of them, and they're not seeing black no more. They're not seeing it. They see it as blue and you. And unfortunately, they not even one of us no more.
Yeah, it's definitely a game.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, I mean, as Tyre Nichols' trial has come to an end, it's been sad to watch and everything like that. But Finesse 2 Times, his situation is still brewing. He still has a lot of trouble going on. And maybe it's getting even worse, though, because now this man is going there lawyerless. His lawyers dropped his case this week because they said that he was not paying them their check.
Man.
But despite that though, Finesse 2 Times is out.
Know what going on, man? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, this shit don't stop because I got popped, man.
Yeah.
No shackles. No shackles. Free. I'm free.
Okay.
Finesse. Be free. I hope he stay out. But how
sometimes
long
a real nigga.
Yeah, and how you can't pay the lawyers if you got all this money in that bag right there? You know what I'm saying? He was trying to finesse the lawyers.
I about to say sometimes a real nigga gonna hold out and be like, I don't need to pay these lawyers. They ain't did their job. I did all this myself.
Hey, his name Finesse for a reason. He didn't just pick that name out of nowhere. He knew what he was doing. He said, "I'm gonna finesse you 2 times." That's what he knew what he was doing when he came up with that name. He was trying to finesse them lawyers for sure. I mean, man, if you want to stay, I mean, but like you say, he out, so I guess it still worked in his favor. But man, if you want to stay out of jail and get these charges off of you and not have to go back, you should pay your lawyer. You would think like pay the lawyer. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Nah, you definitely right. But what he need to do since he is off, since he got off by the hair on his chinny chin chin, he need to let dead dogs lie. You know what I'm saying? Don't go out there messing with Lil King or his whoever his guardian is right now, and keep Sugar Mama at a distance. So because it's easy to get into trouble, but it's hard to get out of. So you just need to stay away from all the fuck shit.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to all the viewers out there. If you're out there, give us a retweet. Follow us on YouTube.
Yeah, and shout out to the chat too. I seen somebody give me a Mother's Day shout out. I don't have no kids, y'all, but thank you. I appreciate it. Shout out to my mama.
That was beautiful conversation.
Okay, yeah. So someone who definitely needs to make sure that them checks are clearing is Smokey Robinson. He is accused of sexually assaulting of his former housekeepers. And when I watched this video, y'all, I was like jaw to the floor, like not Smokey. I'm tired at this point. Like every second we got somebody. let's
I said the same.
We filed a complaint against William Smokey Robinson Jr. We believe that Mr. Robinson is a serial and sick rapist that must be stopped.
The very man who swooned fans with his music for decades is now accused of sexual assault. But he's not the only one named as a defendant in this shocking lawsuit. I'm Elizabeth Milner with Law and Crime. Smokey Robinson and his wife Frances are accused of negligence, sexual battery, false imprisonment, and hostile work environment. And those are just some of the claims brought against the legendary singer by 4 women who we only know as Jane Does.
I repeat, I will not describe the details of the sexual assaults and rapes because they're too graphic and disturbing for this news conference. But you can read them in the complaints that we have provided with many of you today.
According to the filing, he settled cases with other women that have suffered and experienced similar sexual assaults perpetrated by him. In light of the allegations, Smokey Robinson had 3 words to say about it. I am appalled.
I watched the full thing and they did detail the video, like in the video, and you can go find the details on YouTube and different places or whatever about like what actually happened in these sexual assault cases, and it's sick. I'm not gonna lie to you. My thing is that Smokey is 85. I would have had to just push him down. I would have pushed him down. Like you're not finna, we're not finna do this. I'm going to push you down. But they were saying basically in this situation, he was taking advantage of his housekeepers who were paid less than minimum wage, is what is said allegedly in the filing. And also there were women that were of legal status basically. So they were kind of like scared to come forward about stuff like this because of their legal status, their livelihood and different things like that. But man, they should have pushed that old man down. I don't know. That did something.
Nah, man, this got to be a money grab. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Not Smokey. They try to take everybody down now. Like, who next? Lionel Richie, Samuel L. Jackson, Tyler Perry. Come on.
Tyler Perry.
They ain't gonna come get Tyler.
I'm just saying.
Nah, not Tyler.
And you see what they said, low wage earners. So now the immigrants getting in on trying to cash out too?
Man, I don't know. Cause my thing is this, like you said, because when I was listening to it, I was kind of like, okay, why didn't you say anything? But I understand if your legal status isn't there, you might want to be quiet. I get it. You want to stay in America. You want to have your job. You trying to stay here with your family. But my thing was, why was Smokey Robinson paying under minimum wage in the first place? I didn't get that part right off the bat. There's no way. You can't.
Migrant workers just like Trump.
Cheap.
Man,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
But my thing is, like, what's I gonna say? I forget. But I read. Oh yeah, to me, it's like it's a different times. This is clearly like the two different times, because back in the day, I mean, this is borderline, but everybody got away with it. And now these times are clashing. It's like people aren't just gonna let you sit up here and get a fill up on them just because you're Smokey Robinson. And I mean, just because of your status, you can't seduce girls or get away with certain things that you used to get away with back in the day. And that's just going for everybody right now. It's exposing everybody, and women are letting people know, like, I'm not to be played with. I want to be taken seriously. And now guys are going to have to be more cautious of how they even approach a woman or talk to a woman or even, interact with women now, because we have to be more considerate of what they got going on too.
I totally agree. But like, that's what's important to note about this. This was not something like the Bill Cosby stuff where it was like, oh, when Bill Cosby was 20, this happened in 1965. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing like that. This was happening, they said, like a year or two ago, like 2023 and stuff like that. This is older Smokey Robinson. This is where that's like, I'm just kind of like, what? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Smokey ain't even that vibrant. You know what I'm saying? He don't even have that type of vitality right now.
Yeah. But it's like, it has to be something to it, because at the end of the day, like, that's such a random person to go after. It would be different, like, okay, Diddy is in the news and everything.
Yeah.
You go for Jay-Z. Like, that makes sense. Like, that's somebody that's kind of like, on the same age group, wavelength type of thing. But then
it's a money grab.
It's kind of like out of nowhere, though. You think so? You don't think this happened?
All them superstars, all them bands that was in the 60s when it was hippies and all that, it's about to be a whole bunch of lawsuits going on. Everybody to go out to Bali, where your boy Richard Simmons at. Going on to Bali, even if you was a millionaire back in the day, going on to Bali and chill, bro.
Not you telling them to run away. No, we don't want.
I'm just saying, like,
the women in Bali gonna be in trouble then, because like, they not gonna stop. It's crazy. Then now the Bali people got a duck.
I'm saying these are mild allegations from a time that was a different time, and it was almost socially acceptable back then. And you bring it to this time, which is a social no.
No,
that's not fair.
This Smokey Robinson stuff was happening like a year or two ago. That's
it's recent, but he's old. He's an older guy from those times, though. Okay. He's thinking that's how it's always been like that. I'm Smokey Robinson, and it's just like it ain't like that no more, bro.
Yeah, but I think that's the only thing that makes this look bad is that these are recent allegations. Mm-hmm. So they aren't from 20, 30 years ago. These are like 5 years or less. So he could still be charged criminally if found liable in the civil suit.
Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna say that's the only thing that make it look bad. It's a lot that make it look bad, but I think that what it is like there has to be some truth to it, right? Like something has to be viable for them to do this suit. Because like I said, Smokey Robinson is such a random person to pick to be like, I'm going to go after him. Like he's not making no music right now. Like he probably, I'm pretty sure he's set for life. But at the end of the day, there's not like just income just streaming in every second to be like, I'm going to go after him. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're going to go after somebody, you need to be somebody that's still making the millions like on a daily basis or something like that. This kind of is like,
his catalog probably making a million. You know, Smokey Robinson wrote a lot of that music.
Yeah, you're right. He did. He got a lot of money, but and then they're saying that his wife had something to do with it too. They filing against her too. It's not just Smokey.
Yeah, that's true. I did see that. Mm-hmm. I seen it. Yeah.
Well, them housekeepers must have been like, whoa, though, because they couldn't have been no fat cleaning ladies.
They said that he
never know.
like 20 times. Some of them, like several of them, said he raped them more than 20
Oh
times.
yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. Like Smokey ain't getting his
Sorry to laugh.
Viagra
That's not funny, but yeah.
filled that regularly.
this, I mean, but this, I think it was over a period of years, but also some of the housekeepers worked at the same period of time. So, I mean, they do have the opportunity to go around and like talk to each other, have a little chat or whatever to talk about, because like when you listen to the story, some of the stuff is matching up. It's kind of like, oh, he laid this towel on the bed and he did this and he did that. I mean, y'all know each other, so y'all were able to talk about this, and I'm pretty sure y'all all went to the same lawyer together and all of that. So, I mean, there's that part of the story, but something had to happen for y'all to be like, we're gonna go after him. I don't know, but it's all alleged.
I mean,
What you was gonna say?
man, look, it's funny to me how at one time how taboo it was, and now it's like it's not happening anymore, and it's getting these people caught up. It's like they can make up new rules every decade on you, and then go back in the last decade and make it illegal. I don't know. It's just crazy. But we gonna see. I mean, Smokey at the end of the day, like you said, Pops, he could be held criminally liable for this stuff.
Yeah,
criminally.
definitely.
I hate to see it, man. I mean, they trying to take down all our black celebrities.
85-year-old men.
They gone. They out of here. They all indulged in that behavior. All of them.
Smokey older than my grandma. That's
Man,
crazy.
all of it was in the music. It was in the videos. Tip Drill. If Nelly right now, some girl from Tip Drill can come out and be like, you know what? When Nelly slid that credit card down my ass, he totally violated me. And then Ashanti's all on news like, how does it feel to be with? It's just we can go down that rabbit hole with almost any celebrity right now, bro.
Maybe men just
In
need
my
to learn
opinion.
how to like not violate people. I feel like that also could be a part of it because some stuff that they think is okay and cool, for some women they might be okay with it, but they got to realize not all women are gonna be okay with it. So I feel like the lesson that has to be learned here is just basically like know how to conduct yourself in a manner where you making sure you getting the okay before it happened. And I ain't gonna lie, you might have to start recording conversations and recording everything that's going on because it might come back to you in court. I feel like Shannon Sharp, for instance, he probably gonna have some benefit of the doubt in the situation he in because he got text messages, he got phone calls and everything like that that's logging it. So he might be okay in this situation, but they saying Smokey was taking them to places with no cameras.
Did I see Shannon back on ESPN or am I tripping?
I don't know. He said he was taking a break.
I think I seen him doing some live commentary. I'm like, hold on, this is new. It's not like he was back on one of them shows. I was like, because he ain't stopped Shay Shay or nothing else. So
he ain't stopped
Shannon
Shay Shay.
ain't really missed a bump yet.
Yeah.
But you know, with all these different allegations coming out with these different people, it's getting hard to filter if like some of this stuff is true and some of it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just too much coming out now. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
and some of it.
I mean, because even the Drewski one.
Wait, Drewski?
Yeah, that was some straight bull. Drewski said he was still staying with his mama in 2018 and broke. So, you know, that was.
I'm just saying, this is getting real frivolous out here. And you, like you said, it's just crazy.
I didn't see the Drewski one. What happened with Drewski?
They tried to drag him into a puff silver suit.
The P. Diddy party in the room.
Oh, okay.
It was him and Odell Beckham Jr. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, I am remembering that now. Yeah. I mean, I do get it. It is hard to filter it out at this point because some people is trying to do a money grab. Some people actually have legitimate claims and things going on. So it's kind of like, I don't know. We're going to see what the evidence end up showing. But Smokey Robinson's accusers are not the only people that are looking for some justice because a fan of Shedeur Sanders is now suing the NFL for $100 million, claiming racial discrimination in the draft selection.
The lawsuit here claims that the narrative around Sanders, which reports and leaked statements suggested that he, quote, tanked interviews and, quote, was too cocky, harming his reputation and influencing the NFL's decision-making. Prosecutors decried that the NFL's practices and statements have left the fan now with severe emotional distress and trauma, as well as frustration, disappointment, psychological harm. The fan is asking for $100 million in punitive damages.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first seen this, my first thought was, I said, not DJ Designs then filed a lawsuit on the NFL.
You got down on that one.
Hey, you know what's funny? That's funny because my wife was like, "You should have got in on that lawsuit because the way you was griping around here."
Exactly. I knew it was you. I just knew it was you. Right? Oh,
Hey, nah, for real though, this the new trend, the new scam. That's what's going around. I'm gonna sue you because you hurt my feelings. Dude probably, dude probably lost his money betting that Shedeur would go first round, left his pockets hurting. I hope he got he got his lawyer pro bono because this lawsuit ain't going nowhere.
You don't think so? You don't think you got a little something?
And the NFL gonna have him and his lawyers tied up in so much paperwork that his lawyers really just gonna be like, I ain't even trying to deal with this shit. Fuck it. You going up against a big conglomerate, so
yeah,
the NFL just got some heavy hitters on their team, and I don't even think the judge really gonna take this into consideration.
Yeah. What you think, DJ Designs? You think they got a chance?
I was about to say, I think they got a chance if you could just prove that it was some racial discrimination going on. I mean, which it can be proven. This Gabriel kid that they took before him, nobody even talked about him before the draft. Nobody was watching film on him. Nobody had him as a prospect even being picked, and they took him the third round before Shedeur. So it's like, if you can prove a bunch of coincidence together, I mean, I think as long as it's not criminal, as long as you have a preponderance of evidence, you could persuade a jury to side with you, and they can either settle out of court. And I know the NFL don't want to go there with them, so they can settle out of court if they feel like it's a preponderance of just facts that can just put them in a negative light.
Yeah, but I think the problem here is that this is the NFL. This is sports. This is a place where probably like 80% of the men that were drafted are probably a person of color of some form. No matter if they're Hispanic, they're black, something like that. Most of the people that are getting drafted are a person of color. So how do you claim racial discrimination in this situation? I mean,
and how do you claim how do you claim emotional distress? Because Shedeur was the one that got drafted 144th and not a first round pick, which he was perceived to be going as.
Nobody watches the draft past like the first 20, first 15. You know what I'm saying? After that, we're like, you get drafted. They had us watching and hanging on to every draft choice until 144. So
it's
that's
the draft,
emotional.
Though. Nobody's guaranteed to go.
He should be. He got his jersey retired. He turned programs around. He led men. His number one receiver went number 2 in the draft. It's like, why not?
Him getting his jersey retired was a farce.
Yeah.
Shedeur ain't did shit to get his jersey retired, man. Come on, man.
I feel like they would have had a better argument if they would have went with like, oh, it was 144th and I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of an argument that they could win with, honestly, because I don't think racial discrimination is the one. Maybe like, I don't know.
Maybe. Well, they did say emotional distress too. So
emotional.
They did say emotional distress too.
Oh man, I don't.
Maybe he gonna win with that new.
Nah, I probably won't grow no legs, but we'll see.
I
mean, he gonna win with that new one they came up with.
What's the new one?
Nathaniel.
What's that? Nothing. He ain't gonna win with nothing. No way. He's not gonna get nothing. You don't think they even gonna settle out of court with him, huh?
Not a grunion.
Not even a crumb. They might take his privileges away. Can't even come to an NFL game no more. Who knows?
Right.
Well, one huge event that we know is not discriminating against Black people this year is the Met Gala, where they celebrated Black designers this year. and it was a full red carpet full of tailored suits, and they was dressed to the nines. Do we have a clip with this one? I think so.
We got a clip of Rihanna
Oh,
getting ready
yes.
to
Because
get this.
Rihanna unveiled her pregnancy with her third child at the Met Gala. So people were excited about this as well. But they're saying no music is coming from Rihanna. And so people are a little pissed about that part. But I'm like, she need to go start her family. I'm excited for her to be starting her family, living her best life in her 30s. So I liked it. What y'all think
I
about
did see where they asked like Rihanna and ASAP Rocky were taking pictures together, and one photographer said, "Rocky, let me get a picture of
Mhm.
just you." And ASAP Rocky was like, "Oh, I don't usually get that. It's usually the other way around. Like they always want a picture of Rihanna without me in the picture." So
Mhm.
I thought that was kind of cute. I like them as a couple though, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I just
Me too.
hope
Oh
this
yeah,
lasts.
They need to go ahead and have a wedding
yeah.
this
I
year.
think so. She's pregnant again,
Yeah. 3 kids. Let's go ahead and
supposedly.
do a wedding or something. I don't know. But everybody don't want to get married, so who knows? Honestly. But the Met Gala has some different stuff going on this year too. Because there was also Doechii, she's a female rapper that's been blowing up this year. And she didn't want people to see her Met Gala outfit before she was leaving the hotel. So she had her team kind of cover her with umbrellas. And people were pissed off on social media because she was like she was going in on her team though. She was kind of cussing them out. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you know, I don't
I
know.
don't know too much. I don't know too much about high fashion. You know what I'm saying? So I'll keep the comments about the costumes. I mean the attire to
Mhm.
myself.
You didn't like it.
That's what I was about to
Feeling
say.
it.
It
I
was
was about to say that.
some of it was fly, but some of it was just too over the top, like Andre 3000.
Oh, I
Like,
didn't
but
see
I
it.
mean, I guess we expect that from Andre 3000. He carrying
Mhm.
a piano on his back. Come on, man.
Wait a piano. I
Nah, that
don't
was
know if I've
crazy.
seen that one.
Oh, you didn't see that? Yeah, he had like an outfit on with a piano that was strapped to his back. But
I mean,
all in all, it was a good look for black
Yeah,
designers getting recognized. You know what I mean?
mhm. Yeah, I love that. I love seeing black designers get recognized on the carpet. So that's a big move for real. How'd you feel about it, DJ?
I mean, it's nothing negative you can say about that. I mean, I mean, I never really pay attention to Met Gala, but I mean, Megan Thee Stallion had her phone inside. It was just a total different vibe. We had the black designers, the black vibes. I think Kamala Harris and her husband showed up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Kamala
saying? They
Harris
had
was
the
there.
little
Oh, were they there? I didn't see
black and white thing
Yeah,
going on.
Kamala Harris was there. Trump didn't get invited.
it. Ooh, ooh, that's
Yeah,
too
I think it
much.
was a nice little vibe. Don't get me wrong.
Trump didn't get invited, but they invited Kamala. Is kind of crazy. I don't. They throwing shots at the Met Gala. Who over? I wonder who over it now.
Yeah, people were saying.
The lady from Vogue, she
uh,
I
was
think they said,
she was on,
yeah, the lady
and
from Vogue,
they raised the most
Anna
money.
Wintour.
What was her name?
Anna Wintour.
Okay.
okay.
And they said they raised the most money this year than they ever raised, which was $31 million. So,
Ooh.
that's how black folks do it, man. You know
Because
what I'm saying?
black people gonna spend it.
Show up and show out.
Nah, them tickets was hell though. $7,500.
$1,000. No,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
hundred.
75,000. No,
$75,000.
75,000. You sure right.
That's crazy. See,
350,000 for a table of 10.
I thought that like if you get invited, you just show up. So you got to get invited, and then you got to pay $75,000 to be there too.
Oh no,
Is
that
that how
wouldn't
that
Yeah,
works? I don't.
yeah.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
that's how that works. You get
Get
invited to pay
invited.
your money to come.
That's crazy. That's
I
insane.
would have to pass on that. But I do want to get into this Megyn Kelly clip that she was talking about the Met Gala because yeah, we got to discuss that too.
All right, let's get into it.
Effects of high fashion culture and A-list celebrity. The gala now looks more like a sad sack D-list, past its prime wannabe version of its old self. It's closer to today's nerd prom White House Correspondents' Dinner than the center of the celeb and beauty universe as it used to be. This year's theme was superfine, tailoring black style, an homage to black dandyism. What's that, you ask? No one has any idea. Prepare yourself, however, for a deep dive into leftist, academic, gobbledygook, nonsensical talk, which is probably how it got chosen as the Met Gala theme. That and their desire to pander to black people. The Met says black dandyism came from the intersection of African and European style traditions, of course. What does that mean? I have no idea. It's all just a dressed up way of saying, by the way, we are pandering to black people because we love black people and that makes us good people. So what did we see last night? Well, it was basically Black Lives Matter at the Met.
I mean, some points I can understand where she comes from with that. We love black people, and I some of her point, but then she always take it around the corner for me, man.
Okay, I was about to say how I knew you was about to agree with her.
That's what I was going to say because she was being facetious.
That was crazy. Okay, what's the points? Give us the points, DJ. Break it down. What you agree?
Because a lot of time I feel like a lot of white people or a lot of people does pander to the blackness, and it's like, oh, we're gonna like Target had this black thing, and then as soon as Trump scrapped the program, they scrapped it too. I feel like they pandered to a lot of us, and I feel like Megyn Kelly be right about it until she throw her little racism in it. But for the most part, it's true. I don't care about, you know what I'm saying? Don't pander to me. Don't be around me, period, if that's going to be the case.
Well, Target and Walmart, they did those things. They implemented those DEI programs because they was basically getting kickbacks. But once Trump stopped the DEI stuff in federal, then they said, shit, we ain't got no reason to continue working with, you know what I'm saying?
And that's how I feel like
stuff like that.
I feel like people that pander to like those other races, they pander to us, they get kickbacks by being like, "Oh, he's one of us. He ain't like them," and it's like, but they all still benefit from it, and we're just being blind to it. So just being, accepting that they're all kind of the same, and it's okay.
I can kind of see that side of it, like people just kind of targeting us, because just like you said, like a few minutes ago, black people, when we show up, we will spend our money and do it big. But at the same time, it's just like, don't act like Megyn Kelly. Don't get up here and act like black people didn't create a lot of this fashion in the first place. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the style that y'all getting, that y'all going off of, came from our culture, our designers, and things like that. So to honor us that night at the Met Gala, that was rightfully so. Like we should be honored. It should have happened a long time ago. Besides the point, but it's just more so like, don't just say it like, oh, they're doing it just like as a pity party for us. Basically, that's kind of how it sounds like. She's, you know what I mean? That's kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah, but she making it sound like black people didn't have any contribution to fashion, and they using words like dandyism. Like, what is that? Okay, it's a old school term that they used back in the 1930s and 40s. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So don't stop acting like this. Megyn Kelly's problem. She's always acting like black people haven't contributed to the success of this country.
Yeah.
When this country was basically built off the backs of black people. You know what I mean? And that's the problem that a lot of these white conservatives have.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the main thing.
I agree with that. That's the only problem we have with the white conservatives.
I don't know if that's the only one. There's a lot of problems sometimes, but
Bearded conversation say you going off the rails again, DJ.
Going off the rails. All right. Well, I love the whole luxury black thing situation that we got to see at the Met Gala. And, I love being able to see areas where they showcasing, that you can kind of have it all. You can have the career, you can have the life, the family, and all these great things. But social media was kind of ablaze this week because they were wondering if Tyler Perry thinks that that's true. And the reason why is Tyler released some photos of an upcoming movie starring Taraji P. Henson, which we love her. But in the movie trailer, well, it's not even a trailer, it's just pictures right now. She's appearing to be like another struggling black woman. And people are kind of tired of this whole narrative. And they say that that's all that Tyler pretty much makes. This has been a debate for a long time. People get so mad at Tyler Perry about the types of movies that he makes. And I got some thoughts, but I'm gonna let y'all go first.
I
Hey, I'm
mean,
gonna tell you the truth.
go ahead.
I mean, I was done with Tyler Perry after Daddy's Girls. Like, I was done seeing those type of movies. It's like cool, it hit home, and now I don't want to see it no more. Like, I mean, not that unless you're gonna put an even amount of brothers doing it and the sisters doing it, but
Mhm.
not just always the brothers, the brothers, the brothers. So I was done with him for a long time ago. So if people are just now getting done with him, I feel them.
Well, Acrimony wasn't like that though. Acrimony, the woman didn't stay because the man was struggling, right? And her sister
Yeah,
kept telling her,
The woman,
yeah.
but
but to me, it's just the premise of the story is always somebody got to be on some bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? I mean, everybody always run when Tyler Perry drop a movie, and then they talk about how bad it is, or they didn't like this movie, or it's the same old. But every time Tyler Perry drops something, you rush to go see it. It's number one on Netflix. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he catering to a certain demographic, and if that demographic not tired
Sure is.
of it, then why not keep doing what you're having success with,
I
right?
don't know, when did the shift happen from it being like, I remember when I was growing up, Tyler Perry, like the plays used to be like the thing. Everybody had them on DVD, was going to watch them. It was like you know what I'm saying? Knew it word for word. People were singing the songs, all of this. So it's like, where did it shift from we love Tyler, we want to see this and everything, to now, oh, it's the same old, same old. Everybody always struggling and stuff like that. At the end of the day, it's people in our community that those stories relate to at the end of the day. So he is going off of that. Now I do get, okay, you want some
Yeah.
success stories and stuff like that. That's great. But can we please give this man credit for understanding that he employs so many black actors? He gives them like their start in acting in a lot of ways. And also he treats them well. You know, Monique, I don't know if she would say that, but most people, when they work with Tyler Perry, they're gonna say he treats them well. He pays them way more competitively
Yeah.
than white movie creators and things like that. So at the end of the day, for me, I'm gonna give Tyler Perry his flowers because he's been doing it big for our community for a long time, regardless of what the concept of the movie is. They can be mad all they want to, but at least he's employing us because other people don't want to do it. So we should be happy about what he's doing.
And he just did the movie on the 788, which showcased the black women in the military. I forget which branch it was. That's why I said military. But
Hmm.
they got all the mail out to the soldiers. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he represents black excellence. You can't really just hate on Tyler Perry because,
Hmm.
like you said, he's employing a lot of black people. You know what I'm saying? He's showcasing stories that would have been buried
Hmm.
because nobody white was gonna produce a show like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And if they did, it probably would have been white women in it. You know, so and I hate to quit. I hate to keep bringing up the race thing, but it's just so prevalent at this day and age, especially when we get to the ding dong ditch thing.
Oh yeah,
Because I got something to say about that, but
that's something to say.
we're not on that topic right now, so I'm gonna let that ride. But
We're gonna get to it. Yeah, but no,
yeah, I like what Tyler Perry is doing.
yeah, you like Tyler Perry too. See, I agree. Like some people, I've been hearing this for years. Like even when I was younger, people would be kind of like saying, "Oh, like he only employs like light skinned black men for like the leading role for people." Like so, they was trying to make it like he's colorist. They try to make it like he's sexist towards women and different stuff like that. And I mean, we have no proof of any of this stuff besides like what you're seeing on a movie screen. We don't know if that's who came in and did the best job whenever they read their lines for for the movie. Like, I
And
mean,
that's not true about the light skinned women because they still don't like that dark skinned nigga from Diary of a Mad Black Woman. You know what
you're right, you're right. But they say that they say that whenever he's doing movies, that if it is a dark skinned man or a dark skinned woman, that he puts them in a role that's like villainizing them basically. So I can see what they're trying to say, but at the same time, like I don't want to say you're reaching. I don't want to say that, but at the same time, it's kind of just like, hey, Let's celebrate what is happening, what we are seeing. But I kind of feel like with the military movie you just explained and talked about, I kind of feel like he might have got bullied into that one. Like, since so many people are mad about the type of movies that he makes, he went and said, okay, I can go do something different. And here you are, you know?
Well, he did make that about that. What was that one movie he made about? It was about racism, and it was, the dude got hung at the end. It was kind of like a blues movie or whatever. I forgot what the name of that movie was.
I
I think
kind
it
of,
was on. I think it came on HBO.
okay. I'm trying to think.
I mean, Tyler Perry is cool. I just don't. I don't like his personally. His cinematography is underwhelming to me. It's cool, but it never captures. It doesn't capture it for me.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
just be honest. Like
okay.
that six triple eight movie or whatever it's called.
Mhm.
It couldn't capture. I was in it for an hour and I was waiting for the moment to. It was like, all right, this is getting good. I was waiting for it. I couldn't even stomach it any longer. I didn't finish it. My girl told me later that it was a great movie, but I just like, bro, you got to be able to encapsulate me more. Your storylines don't. Almost none of the movies don't really capture me. They never even captured me from Medea. My friends were watching it and they were laughing, and I'm just like, it's just not funny to me. I don't get it. I don't know if I'm too much of a hard ass. I don't know what it is. I just don't rock with it. But for everything that you said that he does for the community, he's hiring people, he's paying them competitive wages. I rock with that 1,000%. So I wouldn't even mind supporting, just having a collection of his films on my, you know what I'm saying, if they did it back on my mantle or whatever, just to support him so he can support others. But artistically, I don't rock with him.
I mean, the acting not all that great at times, but he'll get there. I feel like he'll get there.
I don't even think he's a get there at this point. He's been doing this for a long time. Now, the one thing that I can't rock with is the wigs that he be putting on them sometimes. But I will say he do a lot of these movies like really quickly. Like Taraji P. Henson was literally
Yeah.
saying this movie that's about to come out, it comes out like June 6th or 7th. So y'all be able to see it on y'all screens real soon. She said they shot it in 4 days. 4 days. Beauty in Black, huge on
The
Netflix.
man's a genius.
They said that Beauty in Black was shot in like 16 days, a whole season. So it's just like, yeah, they might be cutting some corners in some ways. Like, like I said, the wigs might not be the best thing in the world, or or they might, the acting might be a little sloppy in some places. Some people do believe that. I don't think it's that bad, but I can
No,
see
I
where.
just think like especially on the sitcoms, I just think they have some dead spots, and then they keep repeating the same things over and over. It's just like they using the same words as fillers just to make time go by. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mm-hmm,
I think in that case, then yeah, like on the Oval,
mm-hmm.
when they be doing that and they just be saying the same shit over and over. I just think it's a way to just kill time.
Yeah, probably because of like how like they're not probably getting a lot of time to memorize them lines. So I would imagine that that's probably what it really is. They probably have a lot more potential if they had more time and space to be like, oh, I got a month or 3 months. Movies be taking like 3 months to do sometimes. So with
Yeah.
that, it's like, okay, dude, yeah, it might get a little sloppy sometimes.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, he's a genius, no doubt, though. Shout out to his genius.
yeah, he is a genius. He is. But okay, whether you like his movies or not, you have to admit that he has done a lot for the black culture. And another thing that I'm seeing that might be a real big leap for the black culture is the new pope that we just got in office. And they are saying that he is a black man from Chicago. And I don't know all if this is completely true. He don't look black, but he might be. And that'll be a big thing for us if he actually is. That'll be the first black
And this
pope.
story right here is fascinating. Records show that Pope Leo also has black family roots in New Orleans. ABC News uncovered U.S. Census records from the early 1900s that shows the first American pope's family tree. Both of his maternal grandparents identified themselves as black or mulatto in several census documents. His two aunts also identified as black. On their marriage license, his grandfather listed his birthplace as Haiti. However, his birth records show he was born in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. The birth records of the Pope's grandmother show she was born in New Orleans. However, in 1920, after the family migrated to Chicago, they marked down their race as white. It appears like so many families fleeing the South at that time, they shifted their racial identity. So many people talking about this online. I mean, it's just fascinating to see.
What do y'all think about that?
Shit, the birth certificates, his people's birth certificates say he black. I mean, they shifted they um nationality to white because of the racism and stuff like that. But I mean, you can't shift your DNA.
Mhm. I mean, but like, don't you think that after a while, DNA also can get diluted though? Because I mean,
Oh,
is that his, what is that? That was his grandparents, or was that his great grandparents?
his they said his grandparents.
Oh, okay. So that's pretty. That actually is pretty close.
It can get diluted, but check this out. This is the one drop of blood theory, right? Okay.
Hmm.
So say you got, I don't know, a bucket of milk
Hmm.
and you drop some oil or just say some chocolate in there, right?
Hmm.
Is that milk gonna stay white? Or is it gonna start turning a brownish color?
It's gonna start turning. Okay. Okay. I see where you're going.
So if you got one drop of some black blood in you,
And he has to be black. Yeah, you're right. If he's black, that's a huge situation because it's not only that he's making history as the first American pope, but that would be like the first black pope. And that's huge. Like a black Catholic pope, like that's dope. It would be dope.
can
I
you
mean, he'd be
imagine?
black, but he won't.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Demir.
No, I was just saying, like, can you imagine if, I mean, this was on the news, so that don't necessarily mean it's true, but if it is, I mean, if these are the facts, can you imagine how many people just want to denounce their Catholic faith right now?
I hope they're not that. I will hope that they're not mad about
I
that.
mean, hey, it wouldn't be the first black man that they followed. Jesus was black.
Clock it. What they say.
I mean,
Black.
but if we do the research, everybody come back to some blackness. But to me, like I feel like he ain't black. His people was passing white. They decided to sever their ties with blackness. They didn't even inform him that he had a black past until he became Pope. That's when he started finding out about his New Orleans past and all this. It's like you grew up culturally white. You wasn't representing yourself as a black person. You never identified with the black struggle. I can't even call you black. And let's be honest, you're not American slave black either. Your people came from Haiti. Your mother came from your grandmother came from Haiti. Your dad came from Santo Domingo. So you like Islander black. You're not even African American Negro black. So it's just like
So his
at
grandma
the
was
end of the
born
day,
in New Orleans. His
his
grandma
grandma
was
was born in New Orleans, but her
yeah.
people, his grandma was born in New Orleans in the early 1900s, but her people was from Haiti. Like he said that his brother said it on a interview I had watched. His mama's people was from Haiti. But she was born in New Orleans, and then his mom was born in Chicago. So that's why they say he's from Chicago. But he still ain't American Negro black. And I still feel like even if he does have a genealogy of being black, culturally, he don't even rock with us like that. So don't put him in there somehow he's black when he really ain't, bro. Y'all try to do this with Kamala. You know what I'm saying? Bro, chill, bro. Chill with that. Stop putting my
He never
blackness on
said he
the
identified as black though. He was brought up white. I mean, a lot of light skinned
yeah.
people did that back in the gap to escape the racism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's not
And a
his
exactly.
lot of
fault
light
that he was
skinned
brought up
people,
like that.
but a lot of light skinned people stayed down in it too. They stayed down with the black. And I'm black. Period. My dad was
Yeah, but
black. I was
we
raised around
can't
black
blame
brothers and
him.
sisters.
But we can't blame him for not saying that he was black because he didn't grow up like that. He grew up assuming and only knowing that he was of white descent. You know what I'm saying? So that's
So we
not on.
can't call him black though. It's not on him, but it's on his people. You know what I'm saying? It's called inheritance. Sometimes you just inherit something that happened before. If people don't want you to be black, you don't want to be black. You never even identified as black. Now that we dug in your family tree, you want to be like, oh yeah, I got some black in me, bro. Nah, I ain't trying to hear
I'm
all
pretty
that because
sure
I
he
got some white.
lying.
I got some white in me too.
I'm
We
pretty sure.
never know what he really claiming though. He might get in there. Like they say he's a pretty like progressive pope. So if that's the case, he might get in there and actually try to do something for people of color. Who knows? He might have already known this history. We don't know. It's just what's being revealed to us right now on whoever decided to go do the ancestry.com situation with him. That's we the ones finding out. He might have been new. And if you're coming from the Dominican Republic and stuff like that, I mean, he already has like a skin tone that does look like he is a person of color. I don't know if he was brought up completely white or if he was brought up Hispanic. That's kind of what it seems like to me, but that's just
I don't know.
an
But
assumption.
Proto, I mean, Hispanic is white though, like the real Hispanic people.
Well,
I'm
okay,
just
I
saying.
see
I
what you're
mean,
saying.
I don't think you're gonna get any black people that just run out there and want to be Catholic now that they know that there might be a black pope. You know what I'm saying? I don't think any of these
But there
Baptists
is a
are
whole lot
doing
of black
that
Catholics.
information. I know there's a whole lot of black Catholics. I'm just saying I don't think nobody. I'm damn sure not finna run out and become a Catholic now that I think we got a black pope. You know what I'm saying?
Man, the
Oh my gosh, what you gotta say? You holding back on
I
us?
mean the Vatican got some of the worst crimes known to man, but we ain't got to speak on none of that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, well, I am not a Catholic either, but I am a praying Christian. I went to church today. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. And I want to extend my prayers to the family of Michael Bosworth Jr., who was shot over a TikTok ding dong ditch prank a few days ago. He was basically knocking with some of his friends at 3 o'clock in the morning, like, what you call it? Go ahead, say what you call it.
Nigga knocking.
Yeah. he, he was nigga knocking at 3 a.m. With his friends doing the TikTok prank, and the homeowner came out thinking that basically he was getting burglarized and shot and killed him, which super sad on both ends. I don't know what did y'all take from this?
Um,
Well, I know for sure it can't be stand my ground, so he going to jail. Um, it's just an ignorant, irate homeowner. At the end of the day, he's been a kid. Come on, bro, you done it before. Once you see those kids laughing, running away, why you gotta shoot them in the back? How angry are you at the world? It's ridiculous. But that's my take on it.
I don't think it was him being angry. Look, we used to do this as kids all the time, and I hate that this happened to him. But realistically, you're not even doing ding dong ditch. Ding dong ditch is when you go ring somebody's doorbell and there's a basket full of gifts that you done left right there. You know what I'm saying? That was going around for a while. That's ding dong ditch. What they were doing is nigga knocking. We used to do it when I was a kid. Go up there, ring this person's doorbell, and run off. Right? The
Mhm.
old people be mad as hell. That's what this was. This was not ding dong ditch. So I'm sorry. And plus, y'all shouldn't have been doing this shit at 3 o'clock a.m. in the morning anyway. Because if you ringing my doorbell at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm thinking either it's an emergency or it's some fuck shit. Point
Yeah.
blank. Period. Now, if the roles were reversed, and this, excuse me, if the roles were reversed and this was a white person, do you think that white person would have got arrested? No, they would have, and some black kids, no, they would have said the homeowner was protecting his home.
Yeah.
No, you're not supposed to shoot somebody when they're running away. I get it, but police do it all the time and
Mm-hmm.
get away with it.
That's
That's
different. That's the police. You got some strict homeowner rules. You can't even set up a trap in your home for burglars, or you go to jail. So it's like you cannot It's Ding Dong Ditch. A bunch of kids are running away laughing. I know they're laughing. Their
That's not
adrenaline is
ding
up. They're
dong
running. They're
ditch.
scattering.
That's not ding
But
dong
nigga
ditch.
knocking Ding Dong Ditch.
It's
But
not the
nigga knocking.
same.
What is the harm being caused? Other than you got up out you got your gun in your hand. Now that you see them laughing, well, take your ass on. Don't come around here no more. That's all you gotta do.
Okay, no, but like let's reverse. Let's go and put yourself in this man's shoes. Let's say you sleep in your bed. You deep in a good sleep. 3 o'clock in the morning, you hear banging on your back door. It's not on the front door. It happened on the back door, from what I read, right? If you hear a loud noise coming from the back door at 3 a.m. and you're deep in your sleep, your first thing is, let me grab my gun and go see what's going on. As a man, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
right? So that's what he did. He opened the door. He probably didn't even actually look at who he was shooting at. I'm just imagining that scenario. You just seeing men that are tall, that are of a certain age, because they're teenagers, so they look like grown men if like you just doing something quick and out of impulse, right?
Yeah.
So it might have looked like they tried to break in and they might be running off with something in your head. So I feel like he gonna probably have a decent case. But you're right, you're not supposed to be shooting nobody in the back if they already gone with your stuff. But you not thinking straight
Gone.
if you waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning out of your sleep. I can't see.
And your family is
True.
there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you protecting your
Yeah,
family.
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's a horrible way to go out, man. With kids just having fun, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the homeowner could very well be convicted because, like I said, you're not supposed to shoot anybody in the back. So that's probably what they're gonna say. The kids was running away from the scene, and
What is it gonna be like, manslaughter though? Because it's like I can't see him going to prison for a
yeah,
long
it should be like the
time.
second degree murder. I think that's what he charged with, though. I think he charged with second degree murder, but yeah, it should at least be a manslaughter charge. But when it come to us, they like to throw the book.
Yeah, but I mean, with social media, honestly, social media is a blessing and a curse. But in this case, people are seeing this case and they're finding out what's happening. I'm pretty sure they're like analyzing it, like, okay, if it's 3 in the morning, what would I do? Then there's gonna be a lot of people backing him up. And sometimes social media can influence some cases. So hopefully
Yep.
it helped him out. But it's just really sad for Michael, like the kid who died, like his family has to bury their kid over a prank.
Loren
No,
LaRosa,
no doubt. But the
I'm
media
giving you
needs
your
to stop.
credit
Oh,
because
my
you went
bad.
in there
Damn.
and you
The
whatever shit
media
you got
needs to stop
going on the
calling this
Breakfast
ding
Club. I
dong
see you
ditch.
trying to
Yeah.
whatever tactics. I don't even give a fuck because I don't like that other girl that you competing with. But please don't lie on me, please.
My bad, child. I've messed that up.
It's okay. But what was you saying?
Oh, the media need to stop calling that ding dong ditch because that's not what it is.
Well, they not about to get on no public site and say nigga knocking. They're
Well,
not.
I know they not. I
That.
know they're not gonna do that, but they should just say, ringing the doorbell and running away as a prank because this is not ding dong ditch. They didn't leave a basket full of goodies at the front door.
Well, see, when I was younger, ding dong ditch, I heard of that. I thought that was the same thing. It's just like like the proper way to say nigga knocking.
But
So
nigga,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I
I
thought.
never knew you leave goodies. We ain't never left no goodies.
Yeah.
I never heard of ding dong ditch until they start leaving, like a basket full of knickknacks and liquor and stuff like that. So, and it was like paying it forward. You know what I'm saying? Somebody did it for you. You were supposed to do it for somebody else. That's what the ding dong dish I thought it
Okay.
was. I never knew anything
I
better.
do gotta say these kids
Yeah,
wasn't fast though. Cause I remember when we was nigga knocking, boom, boom, boom. Before you even get up out your bed, we done ran that corner about 3-4 times. So I don't
Mm.
know how he just had enough time to get his gun and still hit you. Like you supposed to have been gone off that front porch.
But another thing too is like this is like one of the it's been multiple deaths like from TikTok. TikTok pranks. TikTok, I did this and then
yeah.
I was recording a video for TikTok and died. Like I don't know. They might have something going on with this ban. They might have a little juice with the try the idea of banning TikTok because it's happening too often. I've seen people. It was
I
one
mean,
put a bag over her head for a TikTok thing because she was trying to rip herself out the plastic trying to do that lotto challenge, and they say she
man,
suffocated and died. Like it's just too much with TikTok.
I always say, don't get popped trying to make a TikTok.
Don't get pop trying to make. Ooh. Well, let's go ahead and dive into the Loren LaRosa versus DJ Akademiks. You know, y'all seen a little clip of it, but we're gonna go ahead and play the actual video so y'all can hear it and see what's going on.
Loren LaRosa, I've given you your credit because you went in there and you whatever shit you got going on the Breakfast Club. I see you trying to whatever tactics. I don't even give a fuck because I don't like that other girl that you competing with. But please don't lie on me, please. And I'm gonna give you the grace today. Tomorrow, listen, my nigga, I'm the biggest. I don't give a fuck who you sit next to. I don't care if it's Charlamagne, nobody else. I'm the biggest. So I'm gonna give you the grace to correct what you got, what you even tried to say about me today. Tomorrow I'm violating. I promise you. I swear to God, I'm violating. Everything about you, your family, everything. Please don't lie on me. I don't like lies. So let me just keep it like this for today. Tomorrow I'm crashing out on you. I promise you.
Not even the biggest, the largest. That's crazy.
People be like, DJ Akademiks only be crashing out on girls. He don't never talk that talk with the guys.
Mm-hmm.
I was
But
gonna
it be funny though.
I was gonna say that.
He's funny to me though. He's funny though, man.
He want to crash out on the girls and the girls. He want to do like Santana. He'll do Santana. He'll argue with Santana, but he's gonna argue with too many more people. I don't know. He gotta chill with that, man. That's crazy. Leave that woman.
The only nigga he went hard on that I could say he went hard on like on the same level as he do Just Hilarious and Young Miami is Meek Mill. Other than that, he really don't be going hard on niggas, but he hell on them females, man.
Yeah, he hell on wheels. Huh?
But see, the females be trying to go at him on a slick slide, and just be calling it out. Like she went on her radio show and called Ack. I was like, I don't know what he talking about, but it was sold out all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. And Charlamagne called it out like, bro, right behind him was empty. She's like, oh, well, that don't count. And it's like, nah, Ack telling you it wasn't sold out like a Drake show would be. That's all he's telling you.
What was it? Like, just give it like a little content. I mean, context. So,
what she said?
Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar, did he go to the Garden or something?
Yeah, I forgot. I think he was at the MetLife Center or something like that. But it was in New York, so it was sold out.
In New York.
It was just a couple of seats in the back. They said they could have been filming back then.
Okay, so they were debating about
Akademiks
was sold out.
Yeah.
But Akademiks has said that something like Kendrick Lamar shows don't be like that. You know what I'm saying? And Loren LaRosa just tweeted out that DJ Akademiks lied, like Kendrick Lamar's show is really like that, and SEA put on a hell of a show or whatever. And Ak just got offended, just went berserk, like keep my name out your mouth.
I feel like that's the thing. Like, but if you think about it, I feel like he built his career off of stuff like this. He built his career off of like crashing out on people. And that's what people expect from him now. It's like it's always an argument. This man is always in the blogs arguing with somebody, like you said, usually a woman. Just because I feel like he just want to remain relevant, which I get it. At the end of the day, if that's how you making your money, why would you not? Like, you want to go argue with people. People, they got Real Housewives, baddies. People make money off of arguing all the time. So I'm not mad at you, but it's just like let's argue with some men sometimes. Like, you know.
But I mean, this Loren, she don't even have the attitude of like a Just Hilarious or a Young Miami. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I feel like he just went too hard on her, or is about to go too hard on her for nothing. Because why can't he just be like, "Where's the lie?" You know what I'm saying? What did I say that you think is a lie? Instead of calling her kind of bitches and hoes, and I don't know her personally. Maybe she is like that. I don't know, but I'm just saying, why you have to come across like that? Like,
I agree.
Just to crash out so hard on her like that.
Yeah,
that's that Jamaican in him too, because like Black American men know how to talk to a black woman like that. Like that's disrespect, highly disrespectful to just be coming at her because you had a disagreement. And a lot of dudes don't rock with that in real life too. Even though you ain't barking at a dude, to them that's just to them you like a pussy ass nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Nah, for real. I don't know. But I know they're gonna discuss this Monday when they come back. And also, I want to say something. I don't know if y'all peeped this or not, but I've been peeping this watching the Breakfast Club. Loren LaRosa and Charlamagne be acting like they sweet on each other. Y'all ain't peeped that?
Not you got the exclusive.
Nah, Charlamagne, black men don't cheat.
Man, look at the way Loren LaRosa be looking at him, and look at the way they be throwing these little um, subtleties toward each other. I'm telling you.
I mean, now that you said that, DJ Akademiks like, oh, Charlamagne got on Loren LaRosa clothes today. And she was like, yeah, I like to dress like my big brother or whatever. It's just so it's like,
I'm just saying they
but
be
they just
flirting
had
on the
similar.
cool. I don't. I mean, it could be just friendly flirting.
I think it's just radio.
That little husband, that little work husband and wifey thing
Yeah.
going on or whatever. But I'm telling you, they definitely be flirting with each other.
I gotta pay attention to it now. I don't know. We're gonna have to watch out for that one. But
Watch
yeah,
how Lauren be looking at it too. Lauren be.
yeah, she put Charlamagne crazy too.
Lauren ain't worried about no Charlamagne.
It's
Charlamagne
something there.
5'7". Lauren ain't worried.
It's something there.
They saying Breakfast Club is boring in the comments. God, hey, I don't want Charlamagne coming from me or DJ Akademiks. But hey, you want to argue?
You definitely don't want Act coming
I'm
for you.
argue back.
Act gonna have to deal with GF
Nah,
and
for
y'all,
real.
so he don't want them problems. They gonna show up. They gonna show up.
Okay, y'all. So I want to end the show off with giving a shout out to Mexican OT because he got a big feature with some of people's favorite rapper. And everybody think this is one of the best rappers alive and everything like that. None other than Lil Wayne. That's huge. Coming out of Bay City, this is huge. Like, wow. Congratulations to him.
Huge.
Y'all excited for this one?
Nah, yeah, I'm definitely
Man,
excited.
it's
I
so dope.
definitely give OT his flowers. You know what I'm saying, for pulling off one of the biggest collabs of his career. Doing it with, I gotta give Lil Wayne his flowers, man. He the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I held on to that Tupac thing for the longest time, but you know, it's undeniable at this point. And I know people put Jay-Z up there, but Jay-Z ranks 4th on my list.
Jay-Z not on my list at all. Oh.
We got Hov got some pretty good.
Whoa.
The latter Hov, I think, was better than the early
Wait,
Hov.
we gotta put you on some hoe for real. Like we gotta put you on that hoe.
I'm not a fan of his music. I'm not. There's not a lot of Jay-Z
Hovey,
that I like at all. Like,
I wasn't a fan of his music at first either. Like Reasonable Doubt, I still haven't gotten through that whole CD without going to sleep. Not gonna lie to you.
ooh.
Man, listen to Magna Carta Holy Grail. Let's go and check that album out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The later
Yeah, Holy Grail was cool.
Jay-Z albums, then I got on that. But the early ones, yeah, I wasn't feeling Jay at all. But
Okay.
Wayne is definitely the GOAT in my book. Again, there's probably Tupac number 2. But shout out to Mexican OT.
Wait.
This segment is about him.
You put. Oh, I can't get my words out. You put Lil Wayne over Tupac.
Yeah, man, I gotta put Lil Wayne over Tupac. Lil Wayne has a solid body of work.
Okay.
I mean, Tupac do too, but you just have to look at Wayne's journey and what he has accomplished during that
He took
journey.
more time though than Tupac did. So you got to look at what
True,
Tupac
but that's not his fault.
Well, yeah. I mean, he didn't.
But at the same time, everybody embodies Tupac. Like even Wayne with the Cash Money tatted across his chest, he's embodying Tupac. I feel like you can't go. It's like Tupac, Biggie, and then you can start doing what you want to do because they kind of structure it out. Yeah, the dudes in the 80s they started it, but them dudes, they made hip hop what it is, and they are the epitome. You got to put them at the top.
How everybody putting Biggie
He was there.
In the GOAT situation with 2 albums.
But the thing is like you got to think about what they did for the culture. Just like he said, during the time that they was alive, they did some big stuff. These people have been dead almost 30 years, and you still playing their music. We was at the house at my grandma's house. We were running Tupac's album the whole time we sitting there. You know, it's like his music is not dying. Biggie, same thing. They both. I think it's more so like kind of Tupac. And that beef that they had is gonna always kind of solidify both of them as like a thing as 1 and 2. But after that, yeah, you can do whatever you want to after that one. But Biggie and Tupac,
and I think they don't even count no more. Like they automatic number 1 and 2. Then you go do your top 5 because it's disrespectful to put somebody in front of them.
Disrespectful.
They definitely legends. Don't get me wrong. Biggie is definitely a legend in his own right. But I don't think Biggie belongs in the GOAT conversation. And I come from that era.
Crazy. That's crazy.
I feel you, but Biggie can rap, man. It just do something to you. Just know Biggie Smalls, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to figure out my list, but I don't know.
Yeah, Face definitely top 3.
Face, you said?
Yeah, Bearded Conversations said Face.
Scarface
in there. I say yeah. Scarface definitely.
It took me a long
me.
time to get on Houston rappers, man, because Houston rappers to me never was talking about nothing. So
Scarface
did. He
was.
Yeah, Scarface was. He was.
Scarface one of them ones.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to revisit this conversation because now I need to know. Yeah. Y'all go and do some homework. Give me a list, and then we're gonna come back and talk.
We do need to go ahead and do that segment.
All right, we can make a segment on that next week.
Let's do it because
put it on the topics list. We got
because I'm gonna go think of my list because no, that's crazy. No, but like when it comes to Jay-Z's not on it at all. I liked
that's crazy
with Kanye West though. I feel like I'll put Kanye West on it before Jay-Z for real. Like, but I don't know about
Jay-Z. So his words are so picturesque though. Like he minimized the beat. He just give you words and pictures and scenarios and double entendres, and it's just fun to listen to. That's the type of rapper he is.
It's not fun to me.
You can't just be vibed out. You gotta listen to him. He's telling a story, and then like 5 days later, you're like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
But everybody don't get that shit.
I don't be to his music. I ain't gonna lie. I think I don't be having fun. It's not. I don't know.
You gotta listen. You gotta sit through an album, man.
A lot of people.
We might have to bring Bearded Conversations up next week to discuss that segment too.
Yeah, because
we got to be here.
Yeah, we got to talk about that one.
But yeah, shout out to OT. Like I think Wayne was playing the guitar on that too, so he really had Wayne come out of his element.
Oh wow, that's dope. That's real dope. I can't wait.
Yeah, we just got off of that. We just got off. The whole segment was supposed to be about Basket OT, and we started on some whole other shit. Yeah, shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chuck, his pops.
So. Yes, shout out to them. Okay, y'all. Well, that's all the topics that we have for this week. Thank you once again for always coming and spending the block with us. We'll be back next week, Sunday, 7:30 p.m. So check in with us. And until then, have a great weekend. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Get them likes up. 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 Get them, yeah.